Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where I'm noticing Ashcombe got taken over by Clan Burrock at some point. That's exciting. Well, that's completely fine, honestly. Let's just go ahead and take forward the 2 days it will take to repair. Oh, hello, moonlighting with an LRM? He can keep working at it. Hey, we got a long fire out of it. Fantastic. So, let's take forward the extra day that we need. There we go. Fantastic. Let's double check our mechs. Make sure that everything's good to go. Yes, indeed it is. Okay, we're going to need a little bit for mech warriors still. Okay, so we need to take forward a couple more days, but I don't want to go too far forward here. I think that's good. We'll not wait on Aryamaki for sure. So we'll go ahead and hop into the barracks, actually. We need to do promotions. Anybody ready to go here? Yeah, we can get a point of guts for Arclight. That's okay. A point of piloting for Bearclaw, sure. For Blaze, a point of guts. That's fine. Precariated, you're fine. Ooh, for El Duce, we can choose between Warlord and Controlled Bursts. Now, El Duce, of course, is our Jaeger pilot. I think we take the Warlord for the accuracy and the clustering roll. I don't know if clustering roll works with Gauss rifles, but at any rate, I want that extra accuracy. We don't care about heat. I don't think... Do Gauss give recoil? I don't think they do, but they might. We should double check that. I'm going to choose this anyway for the accuracy, but I want to double check that on the Gauss rifles. Let's just hop over here into the Jaeger and Gauss rifle. Yeah, I don't see anything in that tooltip about recoil. I don't think they give recoil. Okay, back to what we were working on. We were just on El Duce, okay? I'm ready. This is completely fine. Oh, hello, Kraken. You can grab a point of tactics. Absolutely fine there. Anybody else? Nope, that looks like it. Okay, so we're ready to deploy here. We're not going to have Aryamaki. And now that Clan Burrock holds this, that makes things interesting. That's a lot of pay. That's a spooky, spooky mission right there. This is a not spooky mission. It's a solo duel. That explains a lot. I'd rather not do a solo duel. 1.6 mil. Capture base. Huh. This is a slightly better one, though. It's an escort mission, but the max salvage is a little bit better. This is a single priority salvage for about 250k here. I think it's okay. We'll sit here. Okay, so we've got all of these guys here. Of course, Aryamaki is not going to be piloting the Chameleon, and maybe we toss Caryatid in here. A mech warrior? Oh, he does have Chameleon affinities. Okay, we'll toss a mech warrior in here then. That'll be fine. And yes, we are aware that some of... I'm a moron. I forgot the guillotine again. Wow. Oh, boy. Okay. I need to remember that. I need to remember that next time. I don't even know if we have enough weight capacity to drop it, in all honesty. We may not. And in which case, then neither of these last two meant anything in terms of forgetting it. But maybe we do have the weight capacity. And maybe we're just... leaving 25 tons off the table for no reason. At any rate, not right now. We need to escort the convoy to safety and escape. The position of one of our lances of fire support vehicles has become untenable due to the proximity of the local forces. We'd like you to provide security while we relocate them. Commander, the carriers they're talking about are slow and fragile. On the other hand, they could certainly provide fire support if things go south. They will. Things will definitely go south. I'm reminded of a loading screen tip I saw today while booting up Hearts of Iron for the Ethiopia series. Dwight D. Eisenhower. He has a loading screen tip in there. Yeah, that's fine, Darius. We do have allies. Okay. Dwight D. Eisenhower has a loading screen tip in Hearts of Iron for obvious reasons. And he said, I forget the exact verbiage of the quote. It was something along the lines of, in my experience, I've found that plans are completely useless. I've found that planning, however, is invaluable. I like that one. Okay, so this is this map. This is the capture zone here. It's going to be interesting to get up there, and then the evac zone from there is going to be, what, maybe here? I don't actually know where this evac zone is going to be. Regardless, we can see that there's a blocking force there, for sure. And I think we're just going to drop right in here. It's about as close as we can get, and it looks like there's a relatively simple way to get in here, which is pretty much what we're looking for. There's also this over here, but I'm hoping that we can navigate this little area. So we do see... Yeah, that's fine. We do see that there's this mech here. What is this, a stalker? Yeah, that's a stalker. We see there's this guy here. That's some big boys, for sure.
Standing by.
Okay, we're going to move up with our Hunchie, I think, but actually we're going to reserve here until phase 18, maybe 17. I want all of their big boys to move first. Yes, we are potentially opening ourselves up to stray shots because of how clustered we are right now. But I want to reserve this a little further. They don't have LOS, so that's perfect. We're going to reserve one more time here. Our ally moves up. Yeah, no LOS. Perfect. That was exactly what I wanted. The chameleon, at this point, is going to sprint forward to this position and see if we can get any eyes on. We cannot. It is nighttime. Okay. However, the Nidhogg absolutely can get eyes on. So we're going to move the Nidhogg up to here. And just like that, we see the Stalker, a Roughneck, an Imp, and a Longbow. Okay. Thinking about how I want to deal with this right now. We definitely want to close in on that Longbow. The Roughneck can be problematic for that. That Imp is going to be liable for overheat, as is potentially this Stalker. I would love it if we were close enough to drop bombs on this Roughneck. Sadly, we are not. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop bombs on the Stalker.
Engaging with target.
Okay. And we're just going to soften it up a little bit. Stalkers are not the most resilient of mechs in a straight-up brawl. So we're going to use that to our advantage here. And we're just going to have to try to punch our way through here with our big boys.
Okay, I'm on it.
Now, that's not ideal. We expect that, of course.
Yes, Commander.
So yeah, our mediums and our heavies are going to have to just try to straight up punch their way through. However, we can, I think, scooch our way around behind them with our vehicles, which is the idea. This overheat is not ideal. I'm going to not fire this medium heavy laser because the hit odds just aren't good enough. Yeah, that's completely fine.
Missed.
As expected.
Waiting for
Our
orders.
Centurion, on the other hand, is in a fantastic spot to drop a sniper artillery onto this guy. I do want to do it indirect, and we're not going to fire the ER mediums.
Confirmed.
That was a good hit. I like that a lot.
What can I do for you?
This chameleon, I would love for it to make its way up over this way. That is obstructed. Ooh, that is not what I was looking for there.
Waiting on
This
you,
is obstructed LOS on the Stalker there, but that's okay.
Turbo. Take this.
Ah, 1 damage. That's honestly more than I was hoping for.
What do you need?
The Blackjack, I think, can sit up here for fire support. And do we fire on the Stalker? I think we do. We absolutely do not fire the medium lasers here, though, given these hit odds.
Acknowledge.
Okay, that's fine. We don't mind that. We need to get better eyes on, that is for sure. So the J. Edgar can indeed make its way around here, and that's perfect. We're going to park right around here. Do we go for the Stalker? I think we do. Any heat there? No. Okay. That's fine.
Waiting
The
for
Maxim is going to come up over this way. We're going to have to hit the front arc here of the Stalker, which is okay. We're hitting the front arc with our other heavier mechs. I would like to be in behind that longbow, but right now, we're going to have to wait until next round. Structure exposure, though, on that Stalker. It's just the arm, but that's
orders.
still progress. We're going to step up with our archer.
I'm going.
Do we want to fire this Deadfire? No. Not quite close enough to get away with that.
Welcome to my album.
Except I did fire that. No. I switched that back to Artemis, didn't I?
Reporting critical hit.
I think I did. Either way, it doesn't really matter. The Jaeger will step up to here.
On my way.
And I think that we do activate Warlord here for the +1 accuracy. And we fire on the Gauss, or we fire with the Gauss rifles, rather. That was a good hit with one of those. Not with the other, but one of those. We'll take that.
I'm here.
Okay, now the Harasser will make its way up, and we will position up here. I would love to not be in range of that Roughneck. It's a risk we have to take, though. These vehicles are, of course, expendable. I think we will hit this guy with standard flamers here and try to heat him up a bit. Maybe take out this arm.
Targeted for an alpha strike.
It's not perfect, obviously. Okay, allies move up. That Drillson is going to do literally nothing, and the Roughneck now moves. Danger. Okay, that could have been way worse. That was not bad, all things considered. Now, the Hunchie could move in and melee the Stalker, but that would have to be a charge. We're going to position in essentially point-blank range here. We are going to fire this heavy laser. We're not going to fire these two We're better off firing the two mediums than the single medium heavy laser, aren't we? We are. Maybe we don't fire this small laser? No, I think we fire like this.
Roger that. Target confirmed.
Okay. That's an arm destruction. That Stalker, not doing so well. That's exactly what we're looking for. The Chameleon will also close in over here. This is also front arc. We're okay with this. Light him up.
All weapons are go.
Probably a knockdown. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Pegasus moves up. We don't care. It's not particularly relevant. I'm going to position this Chameleon here. Can we vigilance it? Actually, we can, and we should, given our positioning. And we are going to go for the kill on this Stalker.
All weapons are go. That.
Is an ejection. Fantastic. The Drillson moves up, fires on the Roughneck. We're okay with that. Does the Nidhogg move next? No, the Guillotine does. Okay. The Guillotine can't exactly get anywhere tremendously useful. In fact, it's kind of in its most useful position where it's at right now. So we're going to, I think, not fire that medium pulse laser.
Attacking from position.
Okay. We did hit the PPC. That imp is definitely a danger to us, but it didn't fire. Interesting. We're going to pull in behind this longbow with our vehicles. This was always the plan, was to get in behind the longbow. Soften it up a bit with the J. Edgar.
Whatever you say, boss.
That is a bit softened. We'll take that. The longbow now moves. Fires on the Maxim there. That's going to be a lot of hits. Okay.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
Could have been better, but could have been a whole lot worse. I'm going to position, at this point, the Nidhogg here in the side arc of the longbow. It's not ideal. I was hoping to get a little further here, but we're going to drop bombs right here and do some AoE damage. Okay, that'll do. Challenger moves up, fires on the Roughneck, does very little. Okay,
I await your command.
it's now our archer's turn. The archer will move up to here. And we have direct LOS on the longbow, so we will take that.
Firing.
I think we may have backstabbed the Hunchie. No, the Hunchie is here. No, it's fine. Good. The Jaeger will step up as well.
Location confirmed.
And I would love to continue... Actually, the Roughneck is technically the slightly better target here. Do it. Okay. Got a hit in there. We'll take that.
Yep.
The Blackjack will also step up over here. And once again, we're probably slightly better off firing on the Roughneck. Yes, we are. We'll allow some heat to drop.
Taking the shot.
That was a good hit there. I like it.
Commander.
Okay, the Harasser is going to come up over here.
Move order.
And we're going to continue attempting to soften up the rear arc of this longbow. Pretty decent there. Pretty much all in this one location, though. That's not ideal. However, the Maxim is now going to come in over here. It has rear arc on all three of these. And we are going to light up this longbow in its rear arc. I would have liked to have more hit odds than this, but here we go. We took out a heat sink. Oh, I did not actually expect him to die there. Okay, we'll take the LRM ammo explosion. Absolutely. The Centurion at this point should definitely fire on the Roughneck. We're going to fire indirect. Hopefully we don't stray shot. That was good.
Talk to me.
Fantastic. Okay, we're going to move up with our Chameleon here. This is the dual heavy medium lasers. And I think we'll not fire this one just for heat purposes, but otherwise, we can do a lot to this Roughneck. Good armor reduction. He's now panicked. Drillson moves up, fires on the Roughneck. 22 damage. We'll take it. Okay. The Nidhogg is at this point going to position behind the Roughneck.
Roger.
Do we drop bombs here? It would almost certainly hit the Maxim, right? Well, if it missed, it would go up over that way. Let's do it.
Confirm.
Yep, that was totally worth it.
Hostile. Remove.
It was the correct angle. Okay. Now I'm going to save the last round of bombs, I think. And we definitely need to go after that imp. Can we get up into his rear arc? Not quite. We can get into his side arc here. Okay, I'll not fire the medium-heavy lasers here to sink some heat.
Acknowledge.
18 damage. Okay. Not the best. We'll see what the imp does here. An interesting choice, to be sure. Certainly not the choice I would have made there.
Yes, Commander.
So the Jaeger will just circle around behind him.
Coordinates received.
There we go.
Firing a full salvo.
Okay, a bit of a softening up there.
Standing
I
by.
kind of don't want to fire with the Harasser. Do I want to capture this? I kind of do.
Affirmative.
Okay.
Ready for
Next up, the Jaeger is inside arc of this imp. There is the Chameleon right in that LOS, and that's spooky. The Chameleon has already moved, so I think that we should position the Jaeger out to the side to make it a little bit less likely, and we can't Warlord, sadly, but we'll do this. Okay, that's all good. We did not stray shot the Chameleon. That is what matters.
What can I do for you?
This Chameleon will close in over here,
Uh-huh.
and we will light up this imp. Straight into that weak side arc. Another good set of armor reductions there. Sounds good.
Yeah?
The Blackjack will step up,
Roger.
and we will also fire on this guy. Once again, we may stray shot here. I hope we don't.
Copy that.
And we did not. Fantastic.
What do you need?
The Guillotine absolutely should be working on closing in. We're going to move up over to here
Copy that.
and sink some heat.
Yes, Commander.
Now the Archer will move up and shred some armor off of the Imp. Not going to bother firing the handheld light PPC. Okay, structure exposure took out a medium laser. Nice.
I think things are going swimming. Don't you?
I'm receiving you.
The Centurion I'm not going to bother to fire with. We're just going to sprint up.
Quick step.
We're too close to risk firing on the Imp.
Standing by.
The Maxim will just step in straight behind into that somewhat weakened rear arc. Not tremendously weakened. That's a lot of crits.
Reporting. Critical hit.
Okay, so there's the convoy. And we now know that there's reinforcements out there. Drillson firing on that Imp. Doing quite a bit there. That's a knockdown. Okay. So, evac point. Evac point is over here. We see a heavy rocket carrier, a Shiltron, a heavy metal, and a Griffin. That's all. That's not all that scary. We're going to walk up with our chameleon here. This is not our heavy laser chameleon. And we are going to... What do we want here? Just CT? Like, the CT is almost untouched. I guess we go for this torso. And then we probably don't fire the ER medium, just to sink heat. Okay.
There's more where that came from.
So that guy's down to 1 health. That's fine.
Yeah.
The Blackjack is going to mostly... Actually, we definitely need to be moving forward. So we're going to move the Blackjack over here and sink heat. Because we know where we're evacing to at this point, and these guys are a long ways away. The J. Edgar is just going to stay put where it's at. Go for the head hit. And, yeah, go ahead and fire your flamers as well. I don't think we would get a head hit there, but that's okay.
Standing by.
The Nidhogg is absolutely going to come up here and start engaging these guys. There's no doubt about that.
On it.
We'll position here. And we can immediately begin pot-shotting with our snub-nosed PPC. Not that we're likely to get much here.
On it.
Yeah. That's pretty much expected.
No luck.
Okay.
How's it going?
So our Hunchie will now close in over here. And we can actually melee this Imp in... This is not exactly side arc. But we can melee this guy, and I think we do fire the heavy lasers here. Something like this. This is not a good trade. Something like this. Okay.
Moving to position. Putting my weight into it.
This guy's panicked now. That's a leg destruction. He really should eject. He really should eject. Not interested, though. Okay. So these guys are moving around up here. The Guillotine will continue closing in over this way, as much as it can anyway. We can actually get an LOS on this guy from up here, but we're going to have to backtrack a little bit after this. That's okay.
Firing.
That should be a dead Imp. I hope. Yes.
That one.
The question is there going to be another round of enemies once we reach the escort zone? That's a question, isn't it? Well, we'll need to remove these reinforcements over here. But again, these are really not that threatening. There's that heavy metal up there, but
Commander.
otherwise... Oh, the Griffin moved down to there? Okay. Yeah, that's completely fine. We're going to move up over here with the Harasser. The goal of the Harasser is going to be to get up here and deal with the Schiltron and the Heavy Rocket Carrier. The Heavy Rocket Carrier is the bigger priority, of course. It moves up, does not fire.
Commander?
Okay, the Archer is going to come forward over here as much as it can. What are these hit odds on this Griffin like? 7? I think we'll go for it. We're not going to get much in 8 damage, but it's okay. Similarly, the Jaeger is going to advance over this way.
Move into position.
And look to shoot at this Griffin a little bit. I am going to Warlord here, I think. Not that it's going to help much. Yeah, we get like 2% on that. Okay. That's fine. Just glad we didn't backstab the Archer, in all honesty.
I've got your back.
Okay, this Chameleon is absolutely going to need to start kicking it into high gear, and we'll just sink some heat so that that's possible. The Heavy Metal moves, doesn't do anything.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, now the Centurion is absolutely going to be pivotal here, in that we're going to immediately attempt to drop a sniper artillery on this Heavy Rocket Carrier.
10-4.
And we succeeded, too. Very nice hit there. That was solid. I actually think that its front arc is now its weakest arc. I don't know that for a fact, but that's my theory right now. Okay. We'll park the Maxim down over here.
What can I do for you?
And we'll just slowly move these guys on over.
Need to tell me twice.
Now, we don't actually need to get them there in any hurry, and we also don't have any LOS on them right now. So that's completely fine.
Good to go.
Mortar 8, however, that
You betcha.
we can go ahead and fire. And I want to fire that at this Heavy Rocket Carrier as well. This is an airburst. I think that I would like this to be in guided mode.
Got it.
Okay. Some good chunks of damage going in there.
Waiting on
And then
you,
this one is
Commander.
also a Mortar 8 boat.
Got
So
it.
that's great. We will go ahead and do the same thing. In guided mode, fire on that Heavy Rocket Carrier. And it's dead. Never got an opportunity to use its rockets. That's what we're looking for, of course. And that Heavy Metal took some rear arc hits, and it doesn't have much in terms of a rear arc armor.
Orders.
So that's great. We're going to move up with our Hunchie here. This will be fine.
Let's see what this thing can do.
And we'll sink some heat. Drillson moving up.
What do you need?
The Guillotine is, of course, going to have to backtrack here. We knew that was going to be the case, and it will sink heat. Our allied Drillson firing on the Griffin. It actually did 4 damage there. We'll take that.
I live to serve.
The Archer will come around over this way. It's also working on closing in a bit. And do we use our penultimate shot on that? I don't think so. 0.9%. Let's pass on that one. The Chameleon is going to have to cruise up over this way and sink heat.
Sprinting.
Excellent. Pegasus moving up. Sure. I think this is the Griffin moving now. Although I don't know that for a fact. Yes, that is the Griffin. Fires on the Nidhogg. I think we send the Nidhogg after the Griffin here. That guy has a Gauss rifle. We know that this is a Gauss rifle. So I think that we're going to send the Nidhogg after the Griffin.
How can I help?
The Chameleon will come on up over here.
Roger. Full throttle.
Honestly, these guys can kind of take care of themselves.
I'm
Okay,
here.
our Harasser is obviously going to take care of that Schiltron if we can. We're going to position right here,
Moving at full
get
throttle.
in directly behind it, and we're going to look to take it out in a single shot here.
Firing.
Ooh, that was a lot of damage, but I think it spread out too much. Yeah, we hit multiple locations there. That'll take another turn then.
Yeah.
Okay, well, our Jaeger can go ahead and make its way nowhere. We're going to have to reserve it.
Confirmed.
The blackjack is in its way right now. So that'll be okay. Who's firing on the carrier there?
Minor damage, Commander.
Oh, is that the
Nothing
Shiltrin?
to see here.
Or the heavy metal? Okay. Regardless, that's completely fine. The Jaeger is going to make its way up over here as quick as it can, which is quite quick. Excellent. Next up is the Nidhogg, which absolutely is going after the Griffin. And I would love to be in rear arc of it. We're not in rear arc, so we're not going to fire the bomb racks this turn, but we will launch the rocket packs. Okay. Those will have one more turn of ammo left. The Shiltrin moving out. Firing on the Nidhogg. That's quad medium laser, and it actually hit all 4 of those in the same location. That's awkward. Well, it will die next round.
I hear ya.
This is a medium laser boat. I would love to move them in a little bit further, but this is the furthest we can go right now from the convoy. Okay. That's fine. That is completely fine. The blackjack. Oh, we are on a cliff there. Awkward. Okay, we're going to move the blackjack back over here, and we're going to fire on that Griffin. We don't have much for hit odds here, but we'll take them.
Confirmed.
We'll take what we get. Anything? No, probably not. Not shocked.
Targeting system's janky.
No, you just had very little chance of getting that. Your targeting system is fine. We're going to move up over here with the Maxim. This is in side arc of the heavy metal, and I'd much rather be in rear arc, but we'll still take this. We can probably shred into this armor a little bit, maybe get his attention. Okay, that'll do.
Waiting for orders.
This is an AC-2 boat, this carrier. We could theoretically get this guy up here, except that we can't. Any LOS at all? No? Okay. That's fine. We'll just have to take it up to here, which is not very far, to be sure.
I'm receiving you.
At this point, does the Centurion go for the Griffin or the heavy metal? Or the Shiltrin? What are our hit odds like? The Griffin is 3.3, the Shiltrin is 10.9, and 27.5 on that heavy metal. Well, we're likely to hit the Maxim if we hit the heavy metal, but I think we'll take this. Okay, we hit nothing. That's fine.
Waiting on
Okay,
you, Commander.
the carrier with its Mortar 8.
Moving
I
out.
think that we're going to go for the Griffin with the Mortar 8s. Do we want guided ammo? Yes, we do.
Take this.
That did quite a lot. I like that.
When I shoot you, you'll take it as. What can I do?
And we're going to do the same thing, of course, with this one. Distance from route. Are we... What route are we supposed to take? I know they mark it. Oh, we're supposed to go up this way? Okay. I guess we will.
Uh-huh.
Sure. Of course, we can't turn over to the Griffin, but we can do damage to the heavy metal or the Shiltrin. And I think we'll go for the heavy metal here. Yes, we're likely to do some damage to the Maxim.
Alpha strike.
We actually didn't. And he's unsteady now. That's a good thing for us.
Good to go.
Okay, the Jaeger will have to step back over here, since I didn't realize that was a cliff. That's okay.
Commander.
The Hunchie will make its way up over this way as quick as it can.
Roger. Full speed.
Wonderful. Our allies just kind of running around over there, of course. We're going to move up over here, and we're going to fire on this guy with our ERPPC. Probably not going to get anything. No. Okay, that's fine.
Damn it, I missed.
No concerns. Drillson moves up, fires on the Griffin. It does get 4 damage. Okay, we'll take that.
Waiting for orders.
Lord Dacky will move on up over this way. That's fine.
Moving fast.
Okay, so the question now becomes, does the Drillson get anything here? 30 damage. Okay, we'll take 30. That's not bad.
I've got your back.
This chameleon is, of course, also going to make its way around. Our mediums are charging up there.
Commander.
Okay, our Nidhogg is going to move in behind the Griffin here.
Roger.
And we are going to hit it with everything.
Putting one in the back. Scored.
That was a lot. Unfortunately, the Griffin didn't die from it. It could have, but it didn't. The Jaeger is going to have to position over here, try to close in. Okay, phase 19. This is going to be, I believe, the heavy metal. 7 evasive pips. It misses the melee. It did hit the Gauss. But nothing else, really.
Reporting heavy damage.
It's actually fine. And because it missed the melee, that's a big deal for us in terms of its evasion. Fascinating. We're going to pot-shot this Griffin with our Blackjack. Just a single ERPPC. Probably not going to hit.
Negative damage.
Yeah. That's okay. The Shiltrin moves up, does not fire. That's fine.
Waiting for orders.
Our Archer will absolutely step forward here and now has direct LOS on the Griffin. Take that.
Locking on.
A couple of hits there. Nothing too major. The Griffin now moves. Fires on the J. Edgar. That's a complete waste. Okay, the more it wants to do that, the happier I am. Please continue to do that. That is ideal.
Ready.
The J. Edgar is now going to move up and look to soften up. Yeah, the dropship is inbound, but it won't be there for a while. Look to soften up the heavy metal. We're going to position here so that the Maxim can go there.
Confirmed.
And we're going to soften up that rear arc a little bit.
Taking the shot.
Not sure how much that actually did, but that's okay. Challenger moves up, sensor locks the Shiltrin. That's fine.
I hear ya.
So this is a medium laser boat here. We can actually position there, but we have to go up this direction because of the route,
Affirmative.
which means that we can't actually fire. Which I guess is okay. I think this is the road that we're supposed to take.
Stand
Okay, our Centurion is absolutely going to fire on the Griffin here.
All right.
And that's a hit. Not a direct hit, I don't think, but that's okay.
Yes, Commander.
We'll take that. The Harasser is going to move in behind the Shiltrin, and this should finish it, in theory.
Roger.
Yeah, it's dead.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle removed.
Wonderful.
Good to go.
Now for the mortars.
On my
I think
way.
we're going to fire the mortars on the Griffin here.
Firing everything I've got.
Solid. Excellent. Griffin is dead.
Did you see that? Did you see it?
I did.
Waiting for orders.
I did see that. Okay, we're going to move up. This is the AC-2 boat. Just wondering, that's too far from route. Okay, we're just going to park it up here. Sad that we don't have LOS en route, but that's okay.
Ready.
The Maxim is now going to park directly behind the heavy metal. And we're going to light him up. And this is going to do a lot to his rear arc. I probably should have warlorded there for the clustering. Would have killed him, I think, if I had. Regardless, that was solid.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Okay, this is the Mortar 8 carrier here. Do we fire the mortars? It's a little risky. We may destroy the Maxim, but I'm going to do it anyway. We did destroy an SRM-2. That's not too bad.
Want some more? Huh?
We took out a double heatsink from him. So that's pretty good.
Receiving you.
Okay, our Hunchback is going to move up over this way.
Roger.
Wonderful. Side arc damage there. That is completely fine. Our Chameleon can actually get into side arc over here. Unobstructed side arc. I like it. Do it. Fire that ER medium. Sadly, we missed everything, but that's okay. That is completely fine. Trilson not doing anything. That's not a surprise. And we're going to move up over this way into his rear arc with the Nidhogg. We're going to fire that snub-nosed PPC. Give him something to think about. Okay, that's a sensor impairment. And we did quite a lot of damage to his
What do
CT.
you need?
The guillotine, it's not really in position to do much of anything right now. We're going to try to catch up a little bit. Not that we really can, per se.
I'm your spaniel.
The archer, this is going to be... Not there. This is going to be side arc. I think we'll take this. I'm betting that there's not going to be another lance that spawns when we drop into the escort zone. There may be, but I'm betting that there won't be.
LRMs. How can I help?
Okay, this Chameleon will absolutely cruise up to over here.
Roger.
What else do we need to move? The J. Edgar. Just stay put exactly where you are. It is rear arc.
Locking in all weapons.
Okay, that wasn't great. I've seen better.
Waiting for orders.
The Harasser is also going to come into his rear arc if we can. This is not a fantastic position, but it's as good as we can get. We're going to use the last of our heat here.
Target confirmed. My flamer is in.
And he actually ejected. So that was perfect. Once again, I'm assuming that we're not going to get additional enemies dropping in, but we may, and we need to plan for it.
Yep.
It'll be fine if we do, it'll just be annoying. They're not going to stop us. Challenger moves up. Sure.
What can I do
And
for ya?
we're going to need to start bringing these guys as far as we can along this road. We're going to exit combat soon enough.
Max speed, no shooting. I hear
Once
ya.
again, straight up behind.
Good to go.
Right there.
Sprint.
There we go. And we're going to close in with our Centurion a bit.
Roger.
Not that the Centurion needs to be closed in, mind you.
Waiting for orders.
This carrier will absolutely group up with the rest of the carriers.
What can I do for ya?
And same with this one. Get up
Pedal
there.
to the metal.
Wonderful.
Receiving you.
Our Maxim is honestly fine where it is.
Holding.
And we should exit combat, I think, now. Which should make this a much faster process, even. Progress is not the word I was looking for. Our allies are all moving right now, so yeah, we're out of combat for sure. Okay. So our Jaeger, our Guillotine, our Archer,
Onward.
our Hunchie will come up over here.
Location.
Our Chameleon over here.
Copy that.
Our second Chameleon over here.
Affirmative.
Our Centurion down here.
Four.
Our Blackjack, nope. Our Blackjack over here. The Nidhogg is probably going to be fine to move up here.
My way.
The Jaeger, we want to get out of there. We'll position it there. The Maxim, we'll position it somewhere around here for now. The Harasser can go here.
Location confirmed.
And these guys can close in just as close as they can
Coordinates received.
to be somewhere around there.
Don't need to tell me
Fantastic. Probably 2 more rounds before we're out of here. Assuming no other enemies, but I think there will be no other enemies. Since there were, what, 4 assaults in that first lance? And then another one in this one, so 5 total assault mechs. I mean, I do like that. That's good. So our Jaeger is going to start making its way down over here, I suppose. The guillotine up here.
I'll
The
do what I
archer
can.
will make its way up over to here.
Moving to position.
The Hunchie, here.
On my way.
Chameleon can move on up.
Affirmative.
This chameleon can also move on up. Our Centurion is way out there, as is our Blackjack.
Heading out.
Basically all of our fire support. Nidhogg is fine where it is, Jaeger's fine where it is, Maxim's fine where it is, and Harasser's fine where it
All
is.
right, but I'm ready to go.
Carrier goes there.
Got it.
Okay.
Moving out.
I think the convoy can make it in next round. I hope. We'll see. We'll start with this one. And we'll see if we can make it. Okay, convoy.
Good to
Can
go.
we make it? Not quite.
Coordinates
Okay,
received.
so we'll just have to just barely stay out.
I hear ya.
And then next round is the round where we'll pop them in there, just in case enemies spawn.
Commander, moving
That
out.
gives us an extra round to move. And one round where we don't have to defend them as well. The Hunchie can position up over here, that'll be fine. Chameleon is in a decent position.
Aye, best to let her cool down.
Centurion is going to make its way out over this way, I guess.
Coordinates received. Let's move.
And honestly, I think I'm just going to brace everyone else. I really don't think there's going to be another Lance. And if there is, well, I'll be sad. Okay,
Good to go.
let's get in there. There is another Lance? Okay, yeah, I'm officially sad then.
Position, Commander. Hold your ground until the package is on its
Okay, the Jaeger will move up over here then. The Guillotine up over here. The Archer up over here. And we're going to start moving over here to engage these guys. That's a Rifleman, a Striker, a Marauder 2, and a Sorcerer. Okay. The Hunchie doesn't seem to want to move. There we go. Now it can move.
Roger.
The Chameleon will come on over here too,
On my way.
as well as this Chameleon.
Moving to position.
The Centurion will be essentially as in as possible. The Blackjack will come on down over here.
Copy that.
The Nidhogg is absolutely going to position up over this way.
Acknowledged.
The Jaeger is going to make its way over as well.
Position confirmed.
And the Maxim, as over as it possibly can. Same with the Harasser.
Confirmed.
This Carrier will position here.
Coordinates received.
This one will position here.
Moving out.
And this one will position here. So now we'll need to defend them for one round. And we'll be able to utilize their weapons for one more round as well. Excellent. Okay, so our Hunchie, I'm actually going to reserve here. I want to reserve these until phase something. And we'll find out what phase something is in a little bit. Enemy turn. Okay. We'll see if they kill the Maxim. They might. That's their prerogative. Interesting choice. I'm not yet ready to stop reserving.
Holding action, Commander.
Phase 18. Pegasus moves up, and they're going to move this Rifleman. An interesting choice.
Yep.
The Guillotine is absolutely going to sprint forward here. It's not particularly useful in its current position.
Ready for orders.
However, I'm thinking about the Nidhogg right now. And potentially dropping bombs on this Marauder 2's rear arc. Oh yeah, we don't have any bombs. Regardless, we'll hit the Marauder 2's rear arc, or try to. Yeah, I'm not surprised by this.
Nothing.
Bombs would have been more useful, but we don't have those. Marauder 2 comes up, fires on the Maxim. Which is surprisingly fine. Okay,
What can I
we'll
do
take
for
that.
ya?
Now we can't move the carriers. This is out of range of those medium lasers, so there's no point in doing anything whatsoever there. The archer is going to want to advance over this way. It's super far away.
Receiving you.
The Hunchie is absolutely going to make its way over this way. That sorcerer is pretty out of... I was going to say range, but pretty hard to hit right now. But I think we're going to fire on this Marauder 2's side arc. But we're not going to fire the heavy lasers.
Target locked in.
That worked well. That was quite good, actually.
Minimal damage.
Okay, the Challenger moves up. That's fine.
Waiting for orders.
Our Chameleon is also going to move up to engage over here. Once again, I would love to hit that side arc of that Marauder 2 for now.
All weapons are go.
Once again, that worked very well. Getting some splash damage over here. I like it.
Talk to me.
Our Chameleon is definitely going to come forward over here.
Sprinting.
What are these hit odds looking like on that Marauder 2? 37? We take these.
Affirmative.
Sadly, we missed both heavy lasers, but that's okay. Next up, the J. Edgar. I'm going to send the J. Edgar after this Striker, because the Striker is not tremendously threatening, but neither is the J. Edgar.
Acknowledge.
So we're going to send him off over behind the Striker, where it gets double damage on those Flamers. We could, in theory, not destroy this. We can't one-shot him, but that's okay. We can do a lot of damage. Phase 15, now the Sorcerer will move. This may be goodbye to the Maxim, or he might just not do anything.
Standing by.
An interesting choice.
Commander?
I'm just thinking about positioning here right now. I think we're going to come over
Aye.
and finish off this Striker. This is side arc, but that's okay. Oh, we don't have single target. Right. We should definitely AoE then, but I would like to AoE... Yeah, the Rifleman is actually the correct option here. Nice.
Scored a critical hit.
We actually got a medium laser destruction on that Rifleman. It has no armor in its rear arc. That
Waiting for orders.
is fascinating. We do still have Mortar 8s here. This is all side arc. I think we dropped those on this Rifleman.
This should be good.
Nice.
Another hit like that and you're toast.
Okay, this is AC2s. Who do we have vision on? The Sorcerer and the Marauder 2. We take the Marauder 2.
All weapons are go.
A couple of hits there. Maybe only the one.
I hear ya.
But we have another Mortar 8 round that we will fire on this Rifleman before our vehicles get out of here. Okay. Some extra damage in there.
Magazines are empty.
That's fine.
Yes, Commander.
The Centurion is going to come as over here as it can, which isn't particularly over here. And we're going to try to drop an indirect sniper artillery on this Rifleman.
Aye.
We'll see how that goes. I have no idea where that hit.
No love on that strike.
That's a not even in the same neighborhood moment. Okay. Well, we'll close in a bit with the Blackjack. We're wildly out of range right now. But the Maxim is absolutely going to come behind the Rifleman here. And this is what side arc? This is the right side. So we'd like to park something like this.
On my way.
And then we'll light this guy up. And we may well kill this Rifleman. We don't have the best hit odds here, but we'll see. We did destroy the gyro,
Target's taking a critical hit.
so that's interesting. El Duce? Okay. The Jaeger is real far out there. So we will come on down over this way.
Roger that.
The objective is secured.
Okay, off goes the convoy. Wonderful. We're going to ignore the evac zone. We're just going to kill these guys. It's not going to be a problem. We may lose a vehicle or two, but we also don't care. So we're going to come up over this way. Can the Hunchie get into rear arc of the Rifleman? It can get into rear arc of the Marauder. And we take that. Absolutely. This overheat is worthwhile.
Target lock on enemy 6.
Nice. We didn't breach the armor there. That almost all hit the leg, actually. Not necessarily the best spread. The Chameleon can get over here as well. And we're going to come over and we're going to melee attack it in its rear arc. We're going to not fire this medium heavy laser, but otherwise we're going to fire this.
Moving out.
Boop. That's another leg hit there. Okay. That's fine. The Drillson moves up, fires on the Rifleman, does a little bit to it there.
Good to go.
This Chameleon, where can it get to? Ah, look at this position. I like it. We get into rear arc of the Rifleman here, which is super close to dead. Take it.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
It's not dead from that, sadly. But it is mega close. Phase 20. Okay, so right now we're in a bit of danger. Danger of melees, specifically. Yeah, I'm not surprised that they took out that Maxim. That was pretty much always a given.
What do you need?
The Blackjack is a little out of range here, and we're just going to move down over this way
Roger.
in hopes of getting in range eventually.
I'm here.
Now the Harasser, I want to bring it up over here-ish. About to here.
Roger.
And we're going to fire our last round of Flamers right into the rear arc of this Rifleman. And this is AoE Flamers. So that was a lot.
Critical hit, Commander.
Heat gauge is redlining.
Yeah, that was always going to happen.
Yep.
The Guillotine is going to close in over here. We do have a side arc attack on this Marauder. It's not the best hit odds. Actually, slightly better hit odds on the Rifleman side arc.
Roger.
And we'll take that, but I'm not surprised that we didn't get anything there.
I missed.
I'm here.
Okay, the Archer is going to continue working on closing in. Once again, it's a long ways out there. That Pegasus is not going to do anything of note. The Centurion, I would love to hit this Rifleman. Yes, it's going to hit our Chameleon. But I think we risk it.
Roger.
Internal damage here?
Reporting. Minimal damage.
Or was that internal on the Rifleman? That must have been internal on the Rifleman, right? I think so. Okay, next up is the J. Edgar. The J. Edgar is going to continue going after the Striker. Which really should be dead by now, but it isn't. In fact, it's barely taken anything.
Roger that.
Well, there's another 59 damage into it. It's really not that threatening, though. The Marauder 2C fires on the Hunchie, and yeah, we expected it to take a bunch of damage there. Structure exposure, but no actual internal damage there. Oh, that was a head hit. Okay. Rude.
Standing by.
But also kind of better for us. We're going to position in behind, I think, the Marauder 2 here.
Confirmed.
And we're going to angle for some rear arc damage with our snub-nosed PPC. Excellent.
Standing by.
Now the Jaeger, it's going to need to advance over this way. Still out of range, though.
Double time.
Phase 15, this is, I believe, the Sorcerer. That was a lot of rockets.
Weapon systems down.
It's just a small laser, but a knockdown on the Hunchie is problematic for sure.
Commander, I'm wounded.
Okay. Now the Rifleman immediately moves, but he goes for the Harasser of all things instead of the Hunchie. Okay. Now that I will take, for sure.
What do you need?
We're going to close in with our guillotine, as in as we can. And we're going to take a look at potentially the rifleman? I think it's the rifleman.
Copy that.
Okay, some internal damage there. We'll take that. The Drillson also firing. Rear arc at the rifleman. Engine destroyed with 2 damage. Okay. Well, that's a thing that happened.
Commander?
Now, I do want to check that this sorcerer was using rockets, not missiles, but unfortunately we can't. I'm just thinking about positioning here. Take this side arc, perhaps? Okay, that must be like MRM 40s.
Firing everything I've got.
That's going to be interesting to deal with then. Yeah, that was a big ol' overheat. I probably shouldn't have taken that big of an overheat. It's okay, though. We will go ahead and sprint forward with the Blackjack in hopes of getting in range in this lifetime.
Just running.
Commander?
The Nidhogg is going to stay put exactly where it is and continue to go on the Marauder 2.
Roger.
That looked like a CT hit there. That was indeed a CT hit.
Ready for orders.
The Archer is going to work on closing in. Our big boys are not there, keep in mind. We're just keeping them tied up with our mediums right now. I would love to get in behind this Marauder. And actually, this is rear arc right here. We're not able to fire the heavy lasers because of the flamers, but that's okay. Get in there.
Roger that. To hell with the weapons.
Ah, we missed the kick. That's sad.
Beginner's luck.
A little bit of internal damage there, but not much. I've definitely seen better.
Orders.
Okay, our Jaeger is going to look at closing in again. There's only so in we can close. Phase 18. That's the striker. We may end up losing the Hunchie here, by the way. Because this guy moves before the Hunchie does.
I'm receiving you.
Now, our Harasser can't really do anything. I'm going to just try to block LOS here.
I'm there.
I would rather lose the Harasser, but I don't think that actually blocks LOS. We'll give it a go, but I'm willing to bet that this is going to be the Hunchie. Yep. Ow. That's just absurd. That is just absurd. I wouldn't mind capturing that guy. That's a lot of MRMs.
Ready for orders.
But as I said, I'm not surprised that that happened. And I'm not opposed to it necessarily either. Fully deserved. We'll heat him up.
Firing full complement on the enemy.
Well, that wasn't that great, but that'll do. The Marauder 2 is going to attempt to melee this chameleon. If it fires here, it's going to overheat hard.
Okay, that
was a big overheat on that Marauder. Okay,
I'm receiving you.
so our Centurion is going to move up here. This is rear arc on their Marauder.
Acknowledged.
And I'm okay with the potential splash damage that this would have. Are we better off with direct? No, we're not.
Roger that. Target confirmed.
Complete miss. Okay. That's fine, but look at our guillotine in comparison to the Marauder. Fascinating, huh?
ready for orders.
The Nidhogg is definitely going to come in behind the Sorcerer here. And we are going to start working on him. Dual MRM 40s is just rude. There's no doubt about that. A heat sink destruction on the Marauder. We'll take that.
Aye, aye.
The Jaeger is actually going to be in firing range here. And we're in rear arc of the Marauder. We'll give it a go.
Locked on rear armor.
2 misses. Okay, that's fine.
Reporting negative damage.
Drillson attacking the striker. That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Aye, aye.
The guillotine is, at this point, going to attempt to get into rear arc. I thought that we'd be in rear arc with that Marauder. Sadly, we're not.
Let's move.
Okay. Well, we'll just open up with everything we've got here.
Targeting for an hour.
Right into that side arc. Okay.
SRMs are out.
Yep. That was expected.
Standing by.
The Blackjack will also close in over here, and we need to sprint up, but we do get into firing range on the striker, which is actually fine. Go for it. No hit, but that's okay.
Good to go.
Okay, the Chameleon is, at this point, it's a little overheated. We could get into rear arc here and kick. We'd have to not fire some of these lasers for heat purposes, but that's okay. We'll take that.
On my way.
Okay, we'll kick that guy there. And that's an engine destroyed. Good. All that's left now is that Sorcerer. And he is a danger. I'm hoping he goes for the Harasser this turn. Head hit on Lord Daki? Okay. I don't think we lost our pilot in the Hunchie, did we? That's Woody. Yeah, Bear Claw is okay.
Yes, Commander.
He'll recover. We're going to close in a bit with our Centurion. And we're going to fire on that Striker.
Target locked.
We did just miss it there. Sad.
Failed.
Pegasus moves up. And now's when we regret our life choices. He's going for the Chameleon. Ouch. Surprisingly, he didn't break the armor there.
Better me than Lady Arana.
That's an interesting opinion for a Davian. But yeah, he's overheated for sure.
Talk to me.
And we can come in here and melee him from this arc here. We'd have to punch him. You can fire the heavy lasers in this model while punching. I think I'm going to hold off on it for right now. We're going to move into here,
Fall in
punch
behind
this
me.
guy. Boop.
To hell with the weapons.
Okay, we missed that.
Lucky bastard. Got away clean.
Well, not exactly clean. You did 4 damage to him.
Waiting for
We're going to move in behind him with our J. Edgar. And we're going to heat him up. He's in dangerous heat territory. And that's an additional 13 heat. So that is great. Our archer is going to close in over here. This is the sorcerer that we see. So we're not going to bother taking that shot.
I'm here.
Our harasser is, I guess, going to come up over here. Scout this guy out a bit.
I'm here.
And now our Nidhogg is going to pop in behind the sorcerer. And hit him with that snub-nose PPC.
Locked on. We're on.
Okay. Miss him with the snub-nose PPC and stray shot our friend.
fences.
Where did that go in? In this arm? Okay. Nothing much in that arm.
Orders.
So that's okay, I guess. We're going to move around over this way, or... Yeah, we're going to have to move around to here. The left arm. So we'd like to turn like this. And Vigilance. And then we're going to hit this guy just as hard as we can. I think we go ahead and take this overheat.
Copy that.
Sadly, we did miss both of the heavy lasers.
Punch right through his armor.
However, we also crit his engine, so that's something.
Damned hot.
The Drillson moves up. Does nothing. Okay. That's completely fine.
Standing by.
The Jaeger is going to position here.
Roger.
And I would absolutely love to hit that sorcerer. Our hit odds are not good. We may well stray shot. I believe we did.
You're shredding my components.
Yup. That's exactly what we did. Oh, that was a through armor critical? Okay, that's awkward. Okay, so now this guy is going to move, and this chameleon is going to probably die. Rear arc attack there. Okay.
You're gonna regret that.
That chameleon is taking a beating. There's no doubt about that. Our archer will move up to here.
Position confirmed.
And I think the archer finishes the striker here. Would be a good thing.
Here it comes.
Yeah, it's dead. Excellent. At long last.
There's one for the scrap heap.
Okay, so that's phase 16 that guy moves.
Aye, aye.
And what can we do about that is the question.
Confirmed.
I'm not going to take this.
I'm here.
Our guillotine can close in. These hit odds are not good, though. Well, actually, they're not as bad as I thought they were.
I'm taking this shot.
And this guy's really overheated. That's what we've got going for us right now. If he fires everything here... Oh, at the harasser? That's ideal. Yeah, kill the harasser, please. I don't care. The harasser can die. That is magnificent that he chose to do that rather than the chameleon. And then he shut himself down. He is pretty dead at this point. We're going to come in into his rear arc. And we're going to punch him. Or technically kick him. Not going to fire the ER medium laser, but everything else, let's do this.
Right, Commander.
There's 50 damage. Plus another huge chunk, and he is dead. Okay.
Enemy down.
That was a lot of MRMs. He was the threat there, nobody else.
Mission successful.
The real question is, what happened to the Hunchie? Well, I mean, I know what happened to it, but how much damage did it get? I should have vigilanced it, that much is clear, but I never really had a chance to respond to that because he attacked twice in a row with the knockdown. So, to some degree, it was my own fault. To some degree, it was just because I didn't know that... I was going to say it was bad luck, but it really wasn't. Was that where the... Oh, it took out this torso? That sucks. Rip. Well, so much for those heavy lasers. A couple of Highlander parts here. They had a Highlander? Oh, that was a heavy metal. Okay. A few imp parts as well. Marauder 2 parts, 4 rifleman parts, 3 stalker parts here. That I'm definitely interested in. Maybe 2 imp parts and 4 imp parts. That might not be bad. And then we can just roulette the weapons. I mean, I think we lost those heavy lasers, but I'm kind of okay with that. We'll confirm this. We'll see what we get from the roulette. That's an AC-10. Get rid of that. LRM-5. We'll keep that, I guess. Ultra AC-5, sure. Engine Core 275. We'll keep that one. A fuel cell engine. No thanks. 19 heat sinks. We'll actually keep those. And 2 MRM ammos. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and continue here. However... this episode has gone super long. I think that we're going to have to go through any salvage and repairs in the next episode. So while we're waiting for what Yang thinks this is going to cost, pro tip, it's going to be a lot. I will say, you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and let's see what Yang thinks this is going to cost. Well, Yang, I know it's going to be a lot. Oh, the Hunchback's unrecoverable. Okay, that's fine. We can replace it with the guillotine. That's not a big deal. And 72k. Yeah, I'm actually okay with the Hunchback being unrecoverable, honestly. That's not a problem. It really, really isn't. I do want to hop into the mech bay real quick and see if we can ready an assault mech. I suspect that we can. And I think that I might forget that next episode, so I want to get that done now. Let's see. Marauder, Highlander. I want to be just assault here. Marauder, Highlander. Yep. We could ready an imp. We could ready the imp 2E. And I'm going to cancel that, actually, because I want to... Come on. There we go. We could ready the imp 2E, but I want to check. This is a command mech. 7 laser hardpoints, 1 missile hardpoint. Okay, what other imp parts do we have? The 1C. 1 ballistic, 9 laser. I actually like this one better. Yes, it'll cost us money, but that's okay. So we'll ready this one. We aren't going to outfit that this episode. Next episode might just be a outfitting things episode. I don't know. But we'll ready that guy, and I just want to go through the rest of these and see what else we could potentially ready for assaults. It looks like that's it for now. Okay. And with that, that cut is going in here. So I will see you all next time.